Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the official press conference of me being announced as the new national coach for Bermuda. I'll leave the table open for questions because I know many of you guys have thousands of questions, and I'd rather answer the questions first. So,
the original one, how do you feel about being appointed and not on the payroll?
I follow my heart. I feel, first of all, to answer the first question is, I feel very honored to have this position. It's sort of a small dream come true. It's something that I thought about, but I never really envisioned myself doing until I started talking to Dawn in 2009, and eventually she won me over. About the payroll, when I started out being a professional athlete, money was never an issue. I was just busy with trying to accomplish a personal dream. And along the way, I was rewarded with finances, but also a wealth of knowledge and a wealth of experience. And that's the same approach I have with this job. So if I can't do my work without passion and have fun, then I'm not going to be rewarded. So I'm going to approach it like that. And whatever God has in His plan for me to be rewarded, I know I'll be rewarded with it.
Somewhere down the line.
Any other questions?
Is it difficult uprooting from over there and coming back home?
Not really. 2 years ago, I was pretty much preparing myself for this next step in my life. As you guys may well know, I've been national coach for the Netherlands for the last 10 years. I started out as talent development coach, and I've gradually moved up to the position of 4x1 coach, as the head coach for the 4x1 men. And no, it really wasn't difficult because I had accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish as a national coach. So it was time for a new step in my coaching career.
Mm-hmm.
So this was perfect for me.
You know there's going to be those that say you abandoned us years ago with lack of financing. How do you get the top spot, defecting and then coming back home?
I don't see myself as abandoning Bermuda. I see myself as enriching myself, and now that I'm back, I'm enriching in Bermuda. If I'm going to be the new, which I am, the new national coach of Bermuda Track and Field, how am I ever going to encourage an athlete to enrich in himself or herself? Please, I encourage any athlete to take the risk. If you don't take the risk, you're not going to be able to know what you're capable of achieving. And I took that risk, and I'm grateful for that risk. And I don't feel like I've abandoned Bermuda. Because if you look at any interview on the television or in the radio in the Netherlands, they always say Troy Douglas from Bermuda, who is now a Dutchman. So I've carried the label of Troy Douglas to Bermuda for the rest of my life, and I will continue carrying that to the day I die.
Mm-hmm.
You're a passionate person when it comes to track and field. How do you envision getting that energy into the athletes in Bermuda?
One thing I envision of doing that is through my coaching staff. I'm going to be putting together a coaching staff. That is a middle distance coach. Our coach is going to be responsible for the road running. Our coach is going to be responsible for the sprint, jumps, and the throws. And through my coaching staff, my job, my duty is to make sure that these guys are astute in the job, and they're going to transfer their knowledge to the kids, and that's going to be my responsibility, keeping my staff motivated and my athletes motivated. So that's something that I don't know how to explain. I just know how to do it.
Do you have some names in mind, like some of the old bullies, like Nicky Saunders or anything like that?
Yes, I do have names in mind, but I would rather keep that between myself and my president at this moment, because I have to go through the correct channels. I don't really want to throw seeds out there, and before you know, all these pigeons are jumping around eating the food, and then we know we have nothing left. I would rather discuss it with my staff and take it from there. But you will be informed. You will be back here when I announce the coaching staff. So I will keep you guys abreast of every step that we're making.
There's word that you, over the years after being over in the Netherlands, have made several contacts. And do you plan to use those contacts to get as many athletes out of here, quote-unquote, scholarships?
That's the purpose. That's the whole purpose. Our job is to prepare our athletes for the future. And their future, they can choose whatever path they want. I see athletics as a vehicle. What we have in Bermuda is something very unique. You're a product of it. We have athletes who are very good in middle distance and jump and sprints. And if we can use the sport as a vehicle to prepare them for the next phase in their life, And I feel like I've done a great job. And the ones who come out to become Olympians or world champions, and we've done a better job. But the first part is we have to facilitate them. And I really believe that sport could facilitate an athlete. And track and field is one of the sports that has facilitated some of Bermuda's best athletes, naming yourself.
What is your attitude or feelings towards the few that fall through the cracks? How do you get them back or keep them from going into the cracks?
That's going to be the challenge between the individual athlete, the coach, and my coaching staff. That's a very tough one because they do fall. I can't say I can save everyone. No, you can't. But if you don't try, you never know. And all we're going to do is put our best foot forward. But there are ones that's going to fall through the cracks, and there are ones that's going to excel, and that's a fact of life. But all we can do is do our best to facilitate the athletes with the best coaching staff and the best group that we can provide them with.
Do you have an open door policy, or you prefer people make appointment because you're going to be busy?
I'd rather make an appointment. That's one of what you just you just said. That was one of my biggest problems when I first took the job in the Netherlands. I had an open door policy, and within 5 years I burnt myself out, and I had to learn to make appointments with people. So I'm gonna schedule it to appointments and spend time with individuals and go over things as thoroughly as possible, so that when we do put something into action, it's gonna be very active.
Are you still active in the Masters division, or have you hung up those spots?
I have no desire. When I quit coaching, one of the best advice a colleague gave me is you have to learn to stop thinking like an athlete, stop acting like an athlete, and start thinking like a coach and acting like a coach. So I've made that step. I quit 8 years ago, and I have no regrets. I'm glad I quit. I retired under my own terms, and I approach coaching passionately, just like I coach running. But yeah, I don't have no desire to run anymore. I don't.
What do you think the challenges and opportunities are for the Bermuda Track and Field Association right now?
The challenges are exciting. It's about putting together the next coaching staff. That's going to be the challenge, and that's the excitement. And I'm looking forward to that challenge, to putting together a team of coaches who's going to help us bring our athletes to the next level. That's the biggest challenge. So I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I've already started. So.
And the opportunities?
For coaches?
Well, just for the Bermuda Track and Field Association right now.
There's lots of opportunities. And opportunities in opportunities in getting medals, competitions. You mean?
Well, whatever you see as the opportunities going forward.
I see huge opportunities in going forward. Like I said, when I talk to the people that I want to interview, and I just put my feelers out there for them, I always ask them, where do they see the sport? And they do see it, and it's up to me to challenge them to bring that out of themselves. You have to look at it from this standpoint. We have coaches who've been working at club system for the last 10, 15, 20 years. So what you have is coaches who are here who are full of knowledge, but that knowledge has been stagnated to a certain point. Now it's my job to come home to bring that knowledge out, break it out, take them outside of the country, get their feet wet, drown, make a mistake, and come back and be a better coach. And when you're a better coach, you're a better athlete. So that's the challenge I'm looking forward to, and I can't wait. So.
Now, on your previous trips, you've offered your services to various other athletes and various other sports. Are you still open to that?
No, my heart and soul is Bermuda Track and Field. I have one common goal. I have a reputation. I debuted this year at my first Olympics as a national coach. We placed 6th. So I got 4 years to get back to a finals. And I debuted, that was my 2nd European Championships, and we won the European Championships. So I have sort of a reputation that I built up for myself and my colleagues. So I have to put 110% into track and field, or athletics, so to say, so that when I step on the track of being a national team and we're going somewhere to compete, we have to really compete. So I would rather put all my eggs in that basket at this moment in time.
So we've got just over 6 months for Carifta. What's your expectation?
Expectations are going to be positive, but you're going to get to hear about that in the next press conference. It looks very positive out if I look at it. If I compare it to what I saw last year, the sky's the limit. We had a huge team. Of course, we were the host country, so we could do what we want to do. But what I'm really impressed with, and I think that was one of the tricks that Donna used to really lure me into Bermuda, was that we had such a young team in the under-17s that showed so much potential. And not only the team of athletes, but the team of coaches. So once we get our act together, I think within the next 6 months you're going to see some fantastic things that's going to look good for the future.
How many athletes are you hoping to place in the next Olympics?
Realistically, I see 5 right now. Realistically, I see 5.
Difficulty between a part-time athlete going up against a full-time athlete trying to medal in the Olympics?
That's also it's also one of the challenges. But like I said, the 5 athletes that I just called out, they're not part-time anymore. They're full-time. So those athletes are surely capable of doing it. If you look at Tyrone Smith, this is second Olympics, second finals. He placed 8th. So the sky is the limit. Okay, I know I'm putting pressure on him, but if you look at this guy who made the finals at the Olympics, he has no other choice within the next 3 years but to get a medal at a major tournament. And I know that's a lot of pressure for me, but I'm quite sure he can handle it. Right? So that's the way you have to look at it. So he is professional, he is full-time, he does his job, and he's going to have to elevate his game. And when his game gets elevated, who profits from it? He profits from it, but as well as Bermuda Track and Field. And that's a good an answer to your question over 2 or 3 years from now. Yeah?